Hi everyone, sorry it's been so long since I put up a video. I just haven't really had the energy for it, but got a little bit of energy now, so I thought I would pop on and show you a journal that I've been making. So I got this paper. This paper is like really thick. So it's almost like that shelf lining paper or drawer lining paper. So I thought I would, as it's coming up sort of springtime now, I thought I would use it. So I made this like squishy journal. It's only got two signatures in it, and it's not complete yet. I'm still working on it. But I thought it would be nice to show you how I made the squishy cover. I think I've probably done something similar. I put something similar up before now. But I thought, as I was just doing it, I thought it would make a nice video. So I've still got some of this paper, and I did have a squishy envelope. I'm also gonna make one of my mini journals, so that's all ready to start, but I won't include that in this video or it'll just go on forever. So just showing what I did really with the squishy envelope. So it's just your usual Amazon packaging. This isn't exactly the same. The first one that I did was more of like a jiffy bag type of thing. This is still squishy, but it's not quite the same. It's more like corrugated, but it'll still make quite a nice squish. What I like about that little one is it's kind of like pliable, and it'd be really easy to just pop in your handbag to take out and about, and it's quite robust. So that's why I thought I would have another go at that. So here's the paper. I've cut it down roughly to the rough sort of size that I want. This is it was an envelope, so I've cut it up. You'll be able to see, I do need to glue this back together, but you'll be able to see it quite naturally falls to have a small spine. Now that'll be enough for 2 signatures, so that's perfect. I cut it down to size because I wanted to be able to put A4 paper in there with not too much trimming, but I had to cut it down a little bit more because the sections of paper that I had weren't quite big enough. So this is, it is literally bang on size for an A4 piece of paper depth wise, but it will still need a little bit of trimming just to sort of make it really flush. So there will still be a bit of trimming. That wasn't what I really wanted, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to cover this envelope with this paper, and it kind of doesn't really have a right or a wrong way up, but it kind of does really, because this would be better if we were using it this way up, this side, but this side is almost landscape, so it'll be fine this way up. So that can go like that. Okay, so see, normally if I was going to be needing to be aware of where the top and the bottom are, I would put a pencil mark or something like that. But with this sort of paper, can't really do that because it's just not, I don't know, it's just not going to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of washi tape that we can easily get off. Just going to take that off as well. This was stuck together. Right, I think that won't matter. In fact, it will help me because it will tell me where the top is. That won't matter because that will be away from where we need it to be. Let's just see. Will it be all right? I think it will. I think we'll be okay. Need to keep plenty of space around it though. So I do have extra bits of that paper, just not enough for this size. So we'll fix that if we need to. Right, let's just see what we're going to do. I was going to stick some washi tape up at the top, but as we've now got that rip mark up there, won't really need it. So I'm just using my usual Scotch permanent glue stick, and I'm going to put that all over so it sticks down. There we go. Right, okay, so that's that. Put the lid back on, otherwise it will dry up. That is that. Right, let's just put, I'm going to put it as close to this edge as I can so that we're not getting too close to that ripped edge. Okay. Right, that's not quite straight, so let's go again. Okay, that should be okay. Okay, so that's step one. All right, I'm just going to go along the top here with my glue stick. I'm going to go along the inside as well. I'm just going to fold that over. Okay, yeah, so I think we're going to be all right with that little bite mark out of that bit of paper. It should be okay. So I'm going to just do down this side now. Just want to trim out this so we're not too thick. I'm going to go down the inside of the envelope, trying to keep this on camera. Hope it's okay. And that's that bit. I'll fold that over. Right, that's lovely jubbly. And I'm going to do the same here. Just cut off the triangle. That's that. Put the lid on, always forget. And fold that over. That's that. It's a little bit overdone it with the glue there. And a little bit, I'm going to snip off this edge as well, just so that it's more, not too bulky on the corners. Grubby fingers. And then I'm going to trim this down so we don't have too much overhanging. And that's that little thing done. I'm going to go up here with the glue and down here with the glue. That's that. I'm going to cut away this triangle. I've already done it up there, so I'm going to fold this over now. Excellent. Right, so we're all done. So what we will need to do is now we will need to put on our little bit of washi tape here to remind us what the top and what the front is, because that'll be important. So now we've got our flowery cover. So it's quite falls quite neatly because the corrugation is going this way. The little spine is quite nicely done, quite easy to see. Right, let's just get rid of some of that. It's down there. Stick that down. Okay, now because I've just overdone it with the glue, I'm just going to grab, hello Merlin, I can feel you. Just going to get a wipe. There we go. First of all, to wipe my hands, and then to just wipe away a little bit of that extra sticky glue down there. Right, I've just broken my nail, so I'm just going to sort that out briefly. Give that a file in a minute. So now we've got the inside all done. Sorry, the outside all done. So I'm quite pleased with that. So now what we need to do is to cover up this inside. Now, what I usually do in my little journals is to use the material. But I'm kind of thinking this time I might just use some book page or something like that. So I was first of all thinking about using some card. I know, I'm doing some things up. I'm doing some things up here. I know. There's no room for you, really. I know you like to knock things over. So yeah, I was thinking maybe of putting some card inside, and I still might do that. But that's going to mean I've got to measure things, and I don't really want to. Actually, let's just see, shall we? Right, this is where the spine is going to be. So don't want to put the card over the spine. So I think the trick might be to line it up with that first. Mark it with pencil. That's that. And then use a cutter so that I can get it where it needs to be. Okay, so that's one. I will measure the other one separately because although they look exactly the same, sometimes they're not. They look like they are, but they're actually not. So that is that. Now we just need to mark the bottom. I'm going to just take that little bit off there, really. Let's just take that off of there. Get the cutter again. Let's cut that off. Right, okay. So now we should be all right to put this into the inside. We can always decorate this up with something else. We could cover it. We could collage it. But you can practically do anything you want with it, really. So it's a bit plain looking at the moment, but we could stick book page over it or stamp it or stencil it or paint it or anything. So I'm just going to put down the glue. Then we can stick this down. Okay. Good. So it's not quite up to the edge of the spine that we're making, but it's quite close. So I'll probably reinforce that spine with some tape, probably some washi tape, something like that. So that's all good. Let's just grab the other bit of paper, a bit of card. That's going to be round about there as well. And we're going to mark it here. Make it a little bit longer. And then we'll go here for depth. Okay, let's put that up there for a sec. Grab this. That's that bit sliced down. And that bit sliced down. So we're all done with the cutter for now. And we've now got a nice bit of the inside there. That's done. There we go, plenty of glue, keep it all stuck down, not too much though, otherwise it will go everywhere. There we go. Perfect, 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 perfect. So now we've got cover. It's still squishy. The card gives it a bit of firmness, but it's still got that squishiness to it. So that's looking all good. And then what I might do is I usually use this tape to firm up the spine, but it is going to be too thick for this. So I'm going to try this out. Let's see. I'm going to measure that up like that. Let's just see. Stick that on the edge of the table so it doesn't all stick to itself. We can avoid that. That would be good, but I don't think I have avoided that because now I've got it stuck to my thumb. Okay, right, that's that. Let's pop that back over the other side of the room. There we go. Right. So now what I need to do is to trim this off a little bit. So I'm just going to guess and hope. Fingers crossed, eh? Not easy to cut. It's very, very sticky stuff. It's very sticky stuff. Very sticky stuff. Right, this is going to happen off camera, so I'm sorry for that. But I think it'll just be easier if I stick it to something and then cut it along without having to hold it with the other hand. We will see. Trimmed it a bit. Just cut it from the other end. It's a little bit wonky, but it will be covered up, so it's not a problem. I'm having one of those days where I'm just getting stuck to everything today. The glue all over myself, now my tape. Just sticky everywhere. Right, so let's just stick this down here. And that will just strengthen the spine. Cut a tiny bit off the end here. Just don't need it all the way down there. And that looks like the job's a good one to me. There we go. So, like I say, at the moment this has got a little bit that's got a hole there. It's not in the not a hole, but it's just the tape's been cut wonky. So we can cover that up with some washi tape or a bit of book page or with something we can put on there to just cover that up. So that's not a problem. So now we've got a squishy cover that we can start to work with. So I'm going to leave the video here, otherwise we could be here all day and that'd be probably quite boring for you. If you have enjoyed the video and you like seeing how the squishy covers make, I will continue to decorate this and I'll make further videos so that you can see how it grows. So if you would like to see that, please do like and subscribe and all of those good things, and we will be all good to go. I was hoping that washi tape was actually going to stand out and make it really easy to see what the front and back was and the top was, but it really isn't. It's blending in with the decoration on the paper. So what I'm going to do instead of that is I'm going to put a paper clip on there to remind me which way up is up and which direction is the front. So I'm going to put a paper clip on there, and that will just remind me of where the front is. What I'm also going to do for the time being is just to keep it, start to train it to be shut rather than spring open. I'm going to pop a big paper clip on there to hold that in place for now. So, as I was saying before I got distracted, if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing and all of that stuff, it really helps the channel out. And I will catch up with you again soon. Bye for now.